streaming. What's going on? Stream. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm sure people are talking about the latest run of the GFS. 160 hours out. Next weekend. Bet you people are getting excited about that chance. Yeah, Carol Ann, believe me, I tried. There was no chance I was going to be able to get on at that time. Video took longer than I expected. And I don't know. Honestly, it was the video. The video just took so long. I was trying to do research for it, and I could have gone on by 12:30, but my video would have been crap. I decided to go look into analogs and stuff, and I care more about the video, getting the video done right. There's actually things after I post it, there's things I wanted to do. I wanted to go major city by major city and put my percentage chance, and I didn't get to do that. That wouldn't have been posted until tomorrow. But now I kind of regret it. But the video is going to be there forever. So it's like, got to put effort into it. Yeah, I should have done the major cities. I should have actually given my percentage, what I think. You know, I'll show you something interesting, guys. I'll show you something interesting. This is something I pointed out in my video, which is I think is pretty interesting. Did you know? Let's do this. Did you know? Did you know? Where'd it go? Oh, wait. Did it get deleted out of my video? I might have to take my video down. Hold up, guys. What? It got deleted out of my video. Oh, that's annoying. But we're going to listen to this together.
Of seeing a white Christmas. For anyone living in Minneapolis,
let's see.
A white Christmas.
Oh, there it is. Guys, it didn't get deleted out of my video. Stop freaking out. Minneapolis has a 71% chance of seeing a white Christmas each year. Do you guys know what the next closest major city is? The next closest major city. The city has to have a population of at least 1 million people or more. Someone guess what the next closest major city to Minneapolis is, and what's their odds of getting a white Christmas? Well, there's 2 cities that are tied for second place. Denver is one of them, yes. Denver's one of them. What's the other one? I don't know if Buffalo doesn't count. I think Buffalo's under 1 million. Buffalo, New York is under 1 million, so it's not considered a major population. I mean a major city. It's a big city. It's not a major city. Meaning people from Europe don't travel to the U.S. to go to Buffalo. I'm just messing with you guys, but you know what I mean. Chicago, yes, Chicago. Now, Chicago and Denver are tied for second place for major cities that have highest chance to see a white Christmas. Their 100-year average is a 34%. So you drop off an absolute cliff from Minneapolis at a 71% chance to the second place is Denver and whatever, Chicago at 34%. I was doing research for White Christmas for my video, and I was like, wow, I didn't think there'd be that big of a drop off. But it's because the major city thing. Because like, yeah, Buffalo's odds are pretty high. Obviously, Duluth, Minnesota. I point out Duluth, Minnesota has over a 90% chance each year to see a White Christmas. Over a 90% chance. It's like super rare they don't have snow on the ground for Christmas. Okay, guys, let's get into this. Hey, I appreciate the sub. How do you say that, Revis? I appreciate the sub. All right. We've got snow flying right now, currently. Check, 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 check. Sorry, I'm probably very quiet, aren't I? Wow, why was my mic turned all the way down? Well, or is that just for me? That might just be for me to hear. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have some Arctic record-breaking air next weekend potentially. This upcoming weekend, record-breaking air. Yep, record-breaking cold. Really quickly, we've got snow flying. I'm annoyed. Why did this have to dive south of Minneapolis? This is the second storm in a row that dove just to the set that was projected to go directly over Minneapolis, and then 3 days before the models. Here's our issue in Minneapolis: we're too cold. It's the opposite issue. The opposite issue with that the Mid-Atlantic has. We're too cold. The Mid-Atlantic is too warm. So we're too cold, and we have kind of a cold core high dry pocket moving in, and all this snow is diving to the south with the jet stream because of it. So two times in a row, Iowa's ending up with more snow because it's warmer in Iowa. There's just more opportunity for lift and snow production in Iowa because they're a little bit warmer. But they're going to run out of luck down the road, I think, because there's a little bit of a warm-up coming. Not much, but it might pull some of the snowpack down in Iowa. Not much, I think. Maybe a few inches, 3 or 4 inches of snow might disappear from the snowpack. You guys are likely seeing a White Christmas in Iowa. We'll see. I mean, Minneapolis might get up to 30, 35 next weekend. Or not next weekend. Wednesday, Thursday. There's a warm-up coming through here, and some of these cities down here are going to get into the 50s. It's going to mess with your snow a little bit, but there's more snow on the way. Should be a brief warm-up, and then we're freezing again. The pattern ahead is freezing for all of us out east in the Midwest, Ohio Valley, Northeast, Southeast really too. All right, let me go over everything that's going on. I can't be on long right now. I'm going to get back on later tonight. I can't be on long right now, but let me go over everything that's going on and answer a couple quick questions. Really quickly, because the latest GFS is coming out now. We'll take a look at this. Here's our storm. It's going to move out. We got a lot of rainfall down there in the southeast. Boom. What's this? Are we getting more snow, guys, through North Carolina and Virginia? What? What is that? Let's take a look. Let's go to our 18Z. And boom, there it is. Our 18Z loves it. Regions, Mid-Atlantic. There you go. Yeah, there you go. What the heck? What the heck? What is this? What is this, Virginia? Who out here lives in like Central Virginia? What a good start to your winter. And don't tell me it's not winter. Winter starts December 1st. I don't care what your teachers told you. They're wrong. Meteorological winter starts December 1st. Okay, we have 9 inches of snow on the ground, and it was negative 16 degrees, feels like, here in Minnesota a few days ago. Believe me, Christmas has already started. Winter's already started. Charlene? I don't want to pronounce it wrong. I appreciate the sub. Thank you. I appreciate the sub. I'm just terrible with words, so words and names. We got two. Well, there's more snow on the way, potentially from Maryland and Virginia. Take a look at that. What does we're not going to see all the way through yet, so I'll have to take a look at, and I'll have to trust the Euro real quick. Winter, what do we think for snow totals out here? It's not giving you a ton with this storm. I think it's going to be way more than this, though. Let's pull up the... Where is it? Help me. Okay, here we go, because I don't know if I need to get through this. Okay. And we're going to move this back so I can use this as... Yeah, let's just go like this. Okay. Wow. They're thinking this is not going to be a ton of snow here. That's just not what... Let's actually take a look. Let's take a look at this. Oh, okay. So the Euro doesn't have a ton of snow development, but the short range models do. I didn't even catch the opposite. I've been too busy working on my video today. I didn't catch that the models were disagreeing here. Interesting. The HRRR actually tries to put down some heavy snow out here. I wonder what the they're saying on the high end here. Okay, so they're thinking a dusting to 3 inches across central to western Virginia is possible here, and maybe even an inch up in northwestern North Carolina. Interesting. Okay. So what are we seeing out here? What are we seeing out? Let's move through that. We get more snow through the Great Lakes, potentially some good snow northern to central Minnesota, out through Wisconsin. As we get into Tuesday afternoon and then Wednesday and then Thursday, that moves off into the east. Now here's where things get interesting. More snow. I mean, Iowa is just in the perfect temperature range. They're hot here and they're cold here, and they're getting all this snow constantly that wants to flow through this region. This could be another big, decent snowstorm for Iowa. More snow down here for portions of the Midwest. Now we get into, this would be really nice. We get into Friday morning and our system begins to tilt. Our jet stream begins to dip behind, and we try to get snow through Philly, maybe New York City. Your jet stream continues to dive, continues to get more amplified, and look at this moisture flow down here off the Gulf. This is next weekend, and then look at that. You just get a stalled. This would be a stalled front. It's not moving, and you just get a ton of precipitation forming. A deepening low, 992, 985, 970. Deepening low. This is pretty good snow, potentially from Boston all the way down the coast there, potentially to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, depending on how far south this gets. But notice the stall. Notice the stall. Notice our cold high in here beginning to stall off, and then this cold front just stalls and pulls moisture up the coast. Watch as I move forward. You see that stall? You start seeing that. You see this jet moving out. It slows down and starts moving up. It's kind of a stall right off the coast. This is a negative NAO setup. What's our teleconnection saying for this time? 1 second. It's great. Our European ensemble. I mean, kind of a dip here. Not much. Kind of a dip. Neutral. Surprising, but that's because we have some blocking to the southeast. That's what's going on there. Okay. So let me get back into the GFS. What happens after that? I'm going to get to your questions, guys. What happens after that? There's a good chance out there. Lots of snow flurries out there in the Great Lake region, and then moving back out to the coast. There's an abundance of opportunities here over the next. You've got 1 opportunity, 2 opportunities, 3 opportunities for snow along the Mid-Atlantic and New England coastal region. And you guys are like, none of them are going to happen. Well, it's the Mid-Atlantic and New England coast. It's possible, but the GFS sees it. Does our Euro see this opportunity? We don't have the 18Z. We have the 12Z. Let's move out. There it is. The Euro does see that first opportunity for snow and then kind of sees the second. You can see it trying. This would just need a tilt. This would need to dip down a little bit further, and this would need a tilt, which you're 168 hours out. So this is going to change. We'll see if it starts to course correct and look more like the GFS. But there you go. There's more opportunities out for the Mid-Atlantic, New England. One of these is going to connect. I can almost guarantee you one of these is going to connect and drop snow out there. So that's why I'm getting a little bit more confident with a white Christmas odds out there. And then look at out here, December 18th, huge snow. This would be huge snow out here in the Northeast, including the coast, back end through Philly, New York City, Boston. Big snow. So we'll see. Not too bad opportunities. Taking a look at really quick, and then I'm getting to your questions. Taking a look at the European here, 12Z. There's where it sees snow. Okay. Rockies up here. We still have that atmospheric river feeding us snow. Not bad odds through here. Let's take a look at the European AI. Not bad, trying to get some snow a little bit farther south. Then taking a look at our GFS. Doing pretty good too. Now that the latest GFS corrects and puts some snow through here, by the way. But again, same type of thing. Big push out east. I did talk about in my video today, and I don't want to go through. I'm just going to get to your questions now and not go over it. But if you want to know how cold the east is going to get and how good your snow opportunities are moving ahead, after I get off this live in like 15 minutes, watch my video from today. I'm not just saying that to help my views. I'm just saying it because I put so much effort into this video today. Just not like in like weeks of effort, but like I post every day. So I have to get stuff out every day. But I go into how cold it could be out east over the next couple of weeks, how snowy it could be out east over the next couple of weeks, a potential polar vortex stretch and split in the troposphere that could cause an extremely variable jet. Lots of energy over the Pacific, ridging over Alaska, dumping record-breaking Arctic air into the east. Just go watch my video after this. I'm only going to be on like 10 minutes here, and I'm going to answer as many questions as I can. But I'm not going to go through all that here because then I'm never going to be able to answer your questions. Let's get to you guys. Stephanie Gage, I appreciate you guys. If you thought it was going to get warm at the end of December out east, think again. Okay, you could have a warm up, but it's going to be an average cold. As an average, it's going to be cold. Is it skipping South Carolina? Listen, like I just said, there's going to be a lot of cold air dumping down into the east. If we go into surface temperature anomalies, let's take a look. Let's take a look moving ahead. I'm just going to go out to North America. Watch the east. The blues, the greens, the pinks, right? I think most of us know this is the cold. This is the warm. It's exactly what it looks like. The red's the warm. Everything else is cold. Watch the east, dumping cold air. A little bit of a warm up, dumping cold air. A little bit of a warm up, dumping. This right here, guys, would be. This right here would feed generations. This would be 30 to 40 degree below average temperatures from Iowa to Orlando, Florida. From Pittsburgh to Houston, Texas. Holy smokes. If you get some sort of moisture trying to funnel up through here, you could get a complete southern snowstorm. I'm talking about Louisiana snow. Southern snowstorm next weekend. We don't have the moisture there yet on the models, but instead of there being a 0% chance, I think we're at like a 15 to 20, because if you verify this cold air down there, you're all below freezing. And not just below freezing, but you're probably 18 degrees in Tallahassee, Florida, if you see this happen next weekend. By the way, Minneapolis, and I know this because going out for my wife's birthday next weekend, feels like could get below negative 30 if this verifies. With a high, our actual high could be negative 5 degrees if this verifies up here for portions of Wisconsin, Illinois, Minnesota. I mean, it could be record shattering if this happens next weekend. This is like, I wanted to make a video on this today, but I promised the White Christmas video. I know I'm going on a tangent. This, I have to, this is what I'm talking about tomorrow. Screw the snow. Well, I'll talk about the snow. This would be record shattering. And I almost, it's not good, but I almost want the, I almost want it to happen because I like record-breaking events in meteorology. This would be ridiculous. Anyways, let's keep at, this is like ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This would be so crazy. Okay. I'm getting back to your questions. I just have to check one thing. I have to check one thing. Southeast. How cold could we get down there? So we're talking, if this verifies, negative 5 degrees in Atlanta. That's your feels like. I'm going to do feels like because guess what? That's what it feels like to humans. Okay. We're talking negative 5 in Charlotte. We're talking 12 in Tallahassee. We're talking negative 7 in Nashville. Do you guys understand what this would be like? Okay, let's go to your actual temperature. 8 degrees in Atlanta. 22 in Tallahassee. Like, this would be record shattering cold air. This would be incredible. Savannah, 22 degrees. This would be incredible. We're talking about 5 degrees in Nashville in the middle of December. But your feels like would be way colder. Look at these negatives. Are you guys seeing this? The globals all see it. Will it get this cold? I feel like it's probably being a little bit aggressive. But holy crap. This isn't 350 hours out. This is 160-ish as we move into this night and then out towards 190. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I had to talk about that for a second. I'm going to get back. I know I don't have long. I got to get back to your questions. Lena Jasmine, I appreciate you. Vinny. Does Louisville have good snow chances for the rest of December? It has elevated snow chances. Yes, it has elevated snow chances. Higher than it would normally be throughout the rest of December. What's Tuesday looking like? Down. Wait, I-35. Wait, where? Huh? I'm somehow Baltimore. Listen, you have some snow chances for Baltimore here moving ahead. I just showed them. Best chance of snow in Dallas. So here's the issue. All of our troughing wants to move in like this. A lot of this cold air wants to sit just to the east of Dallas. You could get lucky, and we could have a trough dip a little bit farther out west. You need a little bit of a movement for our troughing. It's going to be tough right now in Dallas. I think you guys get colder in January, or below average in January. Kate, I appreciate you. Yeah, no. Well, so we're talking next weekend, right? La La Land. Like, I'm not showing you something that's 250, 300, 350 hours out. We're talking next weekend. Is this forecasting range not for precipitation? Is this forecasting range for temperatures? Yes, you can start forecasting out 7 days for temperatures. 100% you can start forecasting out 7 days for temperatures. This is next Saturday. Record-breaking air. Yes, because temperatures, larger scale meteorological events are easier to predict farther out. Smaller scale are harder to predict farther out. So small scale, meaning precipitation, you want to get within 4 days to even start forecasting. Temperatures move with troughs and ridges. You can look out 7 to 10 days and start forecasting for temperatures. Doesn't mean you're going to be right, but you can start seeing a pattern 7 to 10 days out with temperatures. I mean, not to just call out someone, but like Ryan Hall, y'all, he's like, whatever, the biggest YouTuber with weather. He started talking about this. He's been doing this for a long time. He doesn't jump the gun on stuff. He knows not to jump the gun on stuff. He's in the spotlight. He's going to get called out by millions of people if he does. He started talking about this next weekend as well because he understands you can forecast temperatures way farther out than you can local precipitation. He understands that. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, yeah, you can get freezing. I mean, again, if you get like the right precipitation that meets up with this is record shattering cold air. I don't think records are going to be beat by 1 or 2 degrees. We could have records beat by 10 degrees. I don't even know. It's hard for me to even answer questions right now because we're seeing this pattern here. I mean, we're talking about the potential next Saturday for it to be negative. Your feels like to be negative 36 degrees in Omaha, negative 31 degrees in Des Moines. Now, your actual temperature, negative 12, negative 14 degrees in Omaha, this is early, negative 4. Here, let me push out here. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. Here's your actual out here, negative 11, negative 12 in Minneapolis. That's not your feels like. Your feels like up there would be in the negative 30s. And then this negative feels like air wants to literally push down into the southeast. Imagine, guys. Imagine a negative 5 degree feels like in Atlanta, Georgia, in early to mid December. Snow totals for central Wisconsin. Yeah, moving ahead. I can quickly show you what we see here. Looking into our winter Cuchero. We'll look out. We won't get too crazy. We'll look out 10 days. I mean, it's a little bit crazy, but there's your pattern. There's your pattern right there. Just draw an arrow. That's where the snow wants to fly. Okay. There's going to be a chance in this region. I promise you, if that cold air verifies, there's going to be a chance for some snow in this region just because it's going to be cold enough. But we just don't see the models putting... You need the jet to dip a little bit farther west to scoop some of this moisture off the Gulf. So we'll see if that happens because cold air without moisture doesn't mean anything. But this is going to be the first time of the year where you have this like, okay, well, we have cold air here. Can some moisture move in here and help us out? You know? Marissa, what's going on? No shot. The Texas power grid survives that. Well, luckily, the coldest of the cold is probably going to be to the north or to the east of Texas with this shot. And like I said, this is 7 days. That's time for this to shift west. This cold air shift west. We'll see. Yeah, that'd be very bad for Texas. Does that move into New Jersey? I mean, yeah, like I said, the latest GFS actually likes, and I think the European might go this way too. But if we look at the latest GFS, it gets the snow out towards the coast again, and not at 300 hours. We're looking at snow out there, sub 200, 180 hours next weekend, next Saturday night, potentially. Don't take this, this is forecasting, okay? But I'm showing you what the pattern is. I'm showing you, once you get past 120 hours, you can look at it and say, okay, well, we've got an atmospheric river feeding tons of moisture into Arctic air that's collapsing. By the way, remember how we had an SSWE, sudden stratospheric warming event, that broke our, by the way, the earliest one in recorded history since the satellite era in the 1960s. Remember when that happened in November, which I don't think people made a big enough deal about? A sudden stratospheric warming event in November is ridiculous. I would go into why it's ridiculous. You're not supposed to have them till January or February because it doesn't get cold enough in the Arctic. It did. And then we had a huge warm up. And I told you guys, it's a 2 to 3 week lag. Why do you think we could have record shattering cold next weekend? record-shattering cold next weekend into the east. What would that be? 2 to 3 weeks after our SSWE, after that stratospheric polar vortex breakdown. It's perfect. And then you have an EPO, a negative EPO, smashing a ridge up into Alaska, which tilts your trough. Instead of that cold air sinking in a zonal flow, it tilts your trough down like this. That's going to give you guys a chance down here in the southeast and up and down the coast. No shot that Missouri Power Grid is going to handle that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It needs to pull back a little bit. We don't need negative temperatures down in freaking Georgia in mid-December. Your odds of that happening in late January are low, let alone a month before that. How much snow in Chicago tonight? Oh yeah, sure. We'll look at the HRRR, and then I got to get off here in a second. I'll answer a few more questions. What are we seeing from the latest HRRR here? Well, here we'll do this. We'll do this, guys. Chicago, expected amount really right now 3 to 4 inches, 3 to 5 inches. We'll say 3 to 5 inches. Not a ton. Not a ton for coastal Michigan. A couple inches. Northwestern Michigan could see a decent amount, and then you could see up here east of Marquette some good snow. We'll take the negative temps in Indiana. I bet you will, Emmanuel. Yeah, I mean, the snow system that's going on right now is fantastic for Iowa. And I was just talking about it. The reason Minnesota is getting screwed right now is because our temperatures are too cold. You guys are much closer to freezing down here, so you have all this lift, all this snow production happening in the upper atmosphere. It's the jet streams down here. So you have the warmth feeding the snow right here. Originally, this wanted to move through Minneapolis, and a jet decided to dive south, and now we're stuck in air that's too cold, and it doesn't want to snow. It's annoying, but whatever. We've already gotten 9 inches of snow this year. I can't even complain. Yeah, it's 20 degrees here. It's not even that cold. What do you think about Friday for Baltimore? Oh, this Friday coming up? Well, let's go out here. Here's, okay. If you get snow, this isn't going to be a ton. The one we're looking at is this Saturday. Oops, sorry. That's what we're looking at. That would be big snow for Baltimore next Saturday. We'll see. The cold air is almost guaranteed to be there. Again, you need the moisture. There's always a chance. There's always a chance. It's a fantastic setup. If we go through December and you don't get a decent amount of accumulation from DC to Boston, someone probably won't. But if at least DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York City, Boston, if 4 out of 5 of those cities don't see a decent accumulation before January, you just got unlucky, because this is the pattern that you want. Hopefully the snow will come to the Gulf Coast. It's been raining here for a while. Yeah, you guys got this stream of moisture and a little bit more on the way. What do you think that there's a chance? I mean, listen, the cold air, the confidence in the cold air is just going up next week. 1040, 1045 high. This is such cold air. So someone's going to get snow in an awkward area, which is good. Where they shouldn't have it this early next week, I think. So next weekend. Hello from Delaware. What's going on? Anything for Buffalo? I mean, this would just ignite. This type of air would ignite astronomical lake effect snow for December. Astronomical lake effect snow for December, if this verifies. Guys, I'm going to be back on, and I'm going to be streaming actually a little bit later. At least I'm going to try to. I have to put the kids to bed. My wife has to go somewhere. So I'll get back on. I'm not just saying this to make you go watch my video. I do break down how cold it is going to be out east, likely for the rest of December. In my video I just posted today on my YouTube. Temperature anomalies out east on the GFS, on the Canadian, on the European, all verify to be well below average out in this region. We've got a fantastic, it looks like we could have a tropospheric polar vortex split over the Arctic with an EPO with a huge ridge over Alaska. Our white Christmas odds are shooting up out here, so it's interesting if you want to see that. I wanted to talk about that in this live. I'm not going to get the chance to because it took me too long to make that video. I'll probably be on live streaming a little bit later after I put the kids to bed, so maybe around 9 o'clock. Maybe 9 to 10, because then I got to get back up at 4 to make a video for tomorrow morning. You guys are awesome. I'm going to be back on later, and I'm going to go back over this stuff. All right. I appreciate you guys. Mods, thanks for hopping in here. And you guys want to join the Climate Crew? You want to join the dopest weather Discord there is? There's a link to my Discord. It's free right in the description of all my YouTube videos and YouTube lives. It's awesome. Just join for free. All the updates you need. Tons of weather enthusiasts. It's updated every single day and live. Everyone, have a great night. If I don't see you later, but if I do, I'll see you in a little bit. Peace.